Hey guys, and welcome to CMJ Live. We're having so much fun. And if you're looking beside me, you go, it's not a same show. No, it's a new show. But we had so many people email us and tractions about the tips that we gave and about the fun that we had. I had to bring you back.
Thank
you said, okay, if you're coming back, you said, I got somebody that's going to make the show even better with us. So we brought somebody else. So welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
And then please reintroduce yourselves.
So I'm Randi Goodman. I run the Toronto Women's Expo, Action Think Tanks, and Empowering Women to Succeed conference and book series, and I'm excited to be here again. So thank you, Charles, for having me.
Yeah.
And then my new guest, and welcome so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, you know, I went online, saw the video, saw you. I'm like, oh, this is going to be so easy for you. You have it already. So do your intro.
Awesome. My name is Shireen Francis, and I'm a personal brand and lifestyle expert.
Okay.
And I help people creatively put themselves out there in a massive way through confidence and really understanding their story and message and packaging that up so that it resonates with their audience and they're able to get business in turn.
All right. So before, you know, we talked about Rand, we know each other for a good while. Let's dive into you first to let the people audience know. Well, she says she knows what she's doing. Let's get some background on her, okay? You know, I can say that I'm a top surgeon, whatever, but let's really dive into you, okay?
Right? Okay.
So let's go into background.
Sure.
Okay.
So I have been an entrepreneur pretty much all my life, even though that might not seem too long. But I jumped into entrepreneurship as a way of having flexibility and freedom to take care of my family. I have a mother that's ill, and I had aspirations of having a nice big family. I have 2 girls right now, 2 small girls, and I'm married. And so entrepreneurship for me was my way to go out and have an awesome career, awesome life while taking care of what matters most.
Okay.
And so my first gig, even though my background is totally not really well, now it's becoming more related.
Yes.
So I studied religion and philosophy. But I again confidently took a leap into styling, and I started as a personal stylist, and I would also work with women and coaching them with their confidence. A lot of them were more so looking for dating and things like that. So that's where I started. You could imagine, you see how this baby face right now? You can imagine when that was about 8-9 years ago, how young I looked then. But you know, it's all about how you show up and how you put yourself out there, right? So
it was more like they came to you and you found the match, you did the match. How did you do the dating thing?
Oh, so no, it was coaching for them to go out and do that. So it was about, you know, someone maybe that is rebounding from a marriage that didn't work, and they wanted to dress, you know, feel better, more confident, right?
So hold on. So you were the female Will Smith from that movie.
If that is a good way, sure.
Because you were going out coaching them how to get the perfect
confident. No, so confidence and how to. I think it starts again with not necessarily them going and finding a date, but who can you be to attract that person into your life? Okay. And so that's more of what I was doing.
So you switched them up, gave them the confidence, gave them a different look. So when they did walk down the street, they got the oohs and the ahs, and they felt comfortable in doing their thing.
As a matter of fact, it's shocking the first time when they go back to work after dressing up and feeling amazing, and they're like, oh my gosh, like so many compliments. And that, you know, it's almost like a costume. When you put on a new outfit or something, that puts on a new persona. So that's where my first,
because they're in a funk, they got a divorce and that thing. So you take the funk back out and bring in the true beauty that they have already, and say, okay, let's get it out there.
And so those were my earliest days when I got started in entrepreneurship. From there, I dabbled in a lot of different things. So I was an image consultant, and then that also led me to some opportunities for marketing with small and medium-sized businesses in the US and UK and Canada. That was awesome. So I had the opportunity to learn how to brand people individually, but I also had the opportunity with working with companies that were launching and needed a persona brand. So I have a unique set of skill sets where when it comes to bringing humanity back to business, because in the day and age that we're in, you can't afford not to be unique, not to be an individual, not to have...
what's the it? What's the it about
why you?
Yeah,
right?
What's the it?
Exactly.
Right.
So I'm really good at putting back the persona and the relationships and the connection between business and when it comes to people putting them out there, themselves out there as a business. And so through, you know, just again helping people with their confidence when it comes to putting themselves out there, especially in this digital age where it's like, you're not just doing coffee dates now, like every second you're on Facebook Live or you're right.
Yes,
so getting that out there, you know, what's your message? What are you trying to articulate? Who do you want to be and how do you want to serve? And so that's what I'm all about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then now we have this great event.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You team, how did this happen, Randy? Like, how did you team up?
You know what? I met Shireen last year.
Okay.
And Shireen was actually a Coach's Corner expert at one of our events.
Okay.
Which is an amazing opportunity to get potential business from clients through one-on-one sessions at our events. And Shireen really enjoyed it. She thrived. It was very, you know, the ROI on it for her was amazing. And so we just started to get to know her a little bit.
Okay.
Like you get to know people that you work with.
Right.
And start to build that relationship. And we ended up falling into doing a TV series together.
I love you. Let's start a TV show. That's basically
right off the bat. Hey, how you doing? Everything's good? Yeah, where you from? Okay, you want to do a TV show? Boom.
Yeah,
that's how it
do
is.
it.
Well, months ago, Shireen had this amazing idea.
Okay.
You know, I'll let you tell it because it was your idea.
Oh my goodness.
You might as well tell it.
Yeah, well, you know, ever since I was connected to Randi and her business partner Gordon, so
hold on.
Yeah.
That name keeps
popping
up. Gordon.
This guy,
Gordon.
right?
Gordon, whoever you are, I'm
be...
just like he's just floating. Like, you know, you throw it up there, like, you know what I mean? Just names like Jordan, Gordon. You just throw up these superstar names out there, okay? Gordon, whoever you are, like, you know what's going on. Okay.
He likes to stay anonymous a lot, but he is such an inspirational man. If you meet him, you should get him on the show.
Okay.
You might have to drag him on the show.
Okay.
But he's amazing, and so meeting them both, it was truly transformative to my business. That event, I recommend if you're a coach to be a part of that event because it did serve very well for me, and I got a lot of momentum there, and when you're welcome. Yeah.
I'll pay you later.
Yeah. Yes. So, you know, well, how the show came, the conception of that was truly earlier this year in February, and I had been doing a lot more, you know, videos and things like that, and I was just brainstorming with one of my friends who's also a videographer, and it was actually in my quiet moments of prayer and meditation where I was looking for answers on how to play bigger for 2017.
Okay.
And so for me, it was, I heard, you know, just go start a TV show. And I was like, yeah, I'll start a TV show.
Just like
That's
that.
me, right?
Yeah.
Confidently leap into business, and, you know, and so I went and I proposed it to her, and she got really excited. And then for me, this, in terms of a marketing strategy, how to make this work, I was thinking, who has a great audience of people that would love to you know, hear about inspirational speaking, entrepreneurs, and who could I collaborate with that would benefit from this? And so the first person that came to mind was Randi and Gordon, because I had loved the community that they had built. I had loved the events that they had, and I was like, the one missing element is they don't really have a lot of media video going on. And so again, I shared the idea with them, and they were excited. We all got excited. In less than 6 weeks, we had our first episode produced. So
beautiful.
Yeah.
And that's called leverage.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like we talk about leverage all the time. and leveraging people and leveraging relationships, but leveraging is mutual.
Yeah,
it's not just one-sided.
Right.
So if I'm going to leverage you and you're going to leverage me, it's got to be good for both of us.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what happened.
Yes,
you know,
pretty much.
It was a great relationship and a great opportunity to serve both of us, or all of us.
Yes.
And then it grew.
Yes.
So we brought on Suzanne Hart as well, who's a lovely lady. Unfortunately, she couldn't be here today. Yeah. But she's traveling the world.
Yeah, she's incredible.
Teaching people all over.
Yeah.
Okay. She's amazing.
Yeah.
But, you know, we decided that we would put together an event called MonetizeMe, right, and really help people from beginning to end. But you know how people buy programs and then they put them on the shelf,
right?
They spend thousands and tens of thousands of dollars, and they put them on the shelf and they get no results. So we decided we needed to put something together that would actually help people get the results that they need.
Right.
So we decided to start this one-day event. So the three of us present. Gordon does the emceeing, and he's a heck of a lot more than emceeing. You know, he's also teaching and training as well, and that's where we got our knowledge from. Okay. Gordon's one of our mentors and very creative with his ideas and development and whatnot, and we're constantly implementing new things to grow the business. Okay. This is one of them, and we're lucky that all these things that we're learning, we get to teach other people. So, you know, the best thing about being an entrepreneur is when you have success, you can share that with other people to teach them how to have success with their business. Okay. You know, and that's the point of the event. So the three of us get up and present, and I guess after the break we'll talk more about it.
You know. Yeah. See, she's a regular. She knows. So listen, we're gonna have fun, and she's absolutely right. We're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna dive in some more about how you help and how the synergy helps each other. Yeah. And so we can tell people about the event and why they need to come, because they're like, okay, well, there's one part, there's two part, and there's this man that we don't know about, and then how does it all
mystery man?
How does it all fit together? Okay, so we'll talk about that when we come back. We are on CMJ Live. Here we go.
Are you retiring smart? Make your home's equity work for you. With your home's equity and our 30 years of experience, the Retire Smart Properties team can help you achieve the quality of life you've always wanted. Our services are 360 degrees. We'll give you advice, take care of staging and selling, and help you find the perfect home and community to transition to. It's time to enjoy the retirement lifestyle you deserve. Visit our website today to learn how you can use your home to retire comfortably. The Retire Smart Properties team, powered by RE/MAX West.
Hey, and welcome back to CMJ Live. I got my guest here, and we're having fun already, so please reintroduce yourself.
So my name is Shireen Francis, and I am a personal brand expert, and what I do is I help people put themselves out there with their message with confidence and creativity.
And next to me.
Love it. Thank you. Randi Goodman, and I help people get to the next level in their business by giving them tools and resources to help them grow.
And I'm Charles Matthews, and you're on CMJ Live, and I bring you smart, beautiful ladies like this to help you. And so that's what we're going to dive into right now. How do you help? Okay?
Yeah,
so people are like, okay, you know, get into business. Well, how do you help me get into business? Because a lot of people out there now says, oh, I can help you.
Yes.
But they don't put exactly the title on how do you help.
Yeah.
Do you help with the social? Do you help with the financial? Do you help with the mindset? Because a lot of people don't have the mindset.
Right.
I met a lovely lady at Payless Shoes.
Yeah.
And I said to her straight, why do you work here?
Yeah.
And she looked at me like, what are you talking about? Because she doesn't remember me from before.
Right.
Her makeup is on point.
Yeah.
Right.
It's to the T. Like,
Yeah.
there's no flaws.
Yeah.
She did it. It's a canvas.
Yeah.
And I said, you do makeup? And she goes, yeah. I said, so why are you working?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, there's nothing wrong with working there,
yeah, exactly.
but I just feel that her
Yeah.
her brand should be somewhere else.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
yes.
I love that store. We're in there all the time. You know what I
Right,
mean?
yes.
That's the store for me. It's just, I looked at her and go, should she be working here, or should she be doing her own business?
Right.
Or should she be working there
Right.
and have a side business?
Right,
Right?
yes.
So, just
Yeah.
find that out. And big shouts out to Payless having a shoot. Sale
Brought to you by.
There you go. No, there's a sale going on right now. Go get it for kids. There you go.
That's too funny.
But no, anyways,
Pay less, you better pay him.
You
for
know,
that.
no, I just like when I see people and I say, okay, I see that there's a passion in there.
Right.
What do you guys do?
Yeah. So what I do basically is quite a few things, but with the intention of helping a persona market themselves in business to obviously sell their services.
Right.
So specifically, great people would be consultants or coaches. An example is I'm working with a financial consultant and they want to put a brand out there. So particularly their story. So why they're doing what they're doing, how they're doing it, as well as showing people a story of transformation in finances.
Okay.
So what's interesting is it's easy to just go out there and market yourself as a financial consultant or a real estate agent. But again, the question is, why you?
Right.
Why wouldn't I have a Rolodex of real estate agents, tons of them, but which one? Why would I choose any particular one of them?
Right.
And so this is where personal branding is very effective in differentiating why someone should work with you. And this is also great for people that are looking to go into any type of service profession and they have a service that they need to market. And so one thing that I do is, first we look at who they are and what they're bringing to the marketplace. And a lot of the time that's based on their personal passions, their experiences, and their story. Through those things, what you can do is start to paint a picture of how you help people. So specifically for me, one of the things that I'm always telling people is, quit your 9-to-5 and start a business that's flexible, that you love. And that's based off my own personal story of why I felt that I needed to quit the 9-to-5 for freedom and flexibility to take care of my family. And so one thing that we do is one thing that I do specifically, but we also do this in our MonetizeMe event, is that first we get to the core of that person. Who are they? What is their story? What is their message? And how can we use that as a way of marketing that person and their brand to the business marketplace? And it's awesome because the thing is, facts tell, stories sell. I don't know if you heard of that phrase before, but it's a sales thing.
Okay, say it again.
It's that facts tell, but stories sell.
Okay.
Right? So the sales process is always best when you're telling it through a story.
Okay.
When you're telling people how to transform, for example, again, if you want to help someone transform their finances, and you tell them a story of how you paid off your debt and now you have some great investments, they're more excited about that rather than you saying, well, I'm just a financial consultant. Because people aren't necessarily looking for what you do, but who you are and why you're doing it. And so for some people, it could be they have a little bit of anxiety or maybe fear around being vulnerable and telling their business all over the place. And also it's the confidence of saying, this is me, look at me, buy me, hi, like welcome, right? And so I help people with really shifting their mindset when it comes to who they are and how they show up. It also changes things in your body language and in your posture and in your communication. It's all a part of the image, and that's where I first started. And so if you can truly articulate who you are and how you serve people from a deeper place, people start to connect with you and they resonate with you on a different level, rather than talking about the slew of products that you have and this particular package, and this people aren't necessarily buying the package, they're buying the result and the story that you are able to provide for them. So when I speak to people about, you know, brand marketing, truly that's what it is. And then there's all the other elements to it, you know, the graphics, you know, then putting that out in digital marketing. So I do help people with that. But the first step to putting anything out there is first understanding who you are and what you're bringing to the marketplace.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, is it fair to say, like, I was like, you know, we were talking, and I told her, jump, go for it, right?
Yeah.
But then the first thing she asked me, and then I know how I started, and I guess anybody can answer this, and she's like, oh, but I need a lot of money. So everybody always thinks, and I said to her, but now the day and age we live in, you don't need, back in the days, all this thousands of dollars to start a business.
You don't.
There's so many tools on social media, like Randy, you've helped me out with some of the tools that we used, you know, for different things. I'm thinking, it's out there.
Yes.
So is it more of the finding it, or like you said, the go get it? What's standing in front of you to go do what you have to do? Which is it?
Well, there are tons of things for free. Right? Tons of things for free. Just Google it. Google knows everything. Right? Knows everybody, knows everything. Okay? So definitely Google things. You will find a ton of information for free. Go to live events. There's tons of live events for free. We do a live events for free. Right? You can always come and learn.
Just a snippet.
Follow people like you're talking about. To me off camera, you know, you follow certain people that have information that you want to learn. Find those people. They're there. They keep popping up. You'll see their sponsored ads. You'll see their whatnot pop up. You know, just research whatever topic you're looking for, and things will pop up. But there are things that are inexpensive, and I have to tell you, you do have to invest in yourself. Right? At some point, you do have to invest in yourself. But you know, at least at that point, you should know. Okay, I'm going to dive in or not dive in, and then you can start looking at your financial stuff. Exactly. But my very first giveaway that I created, and why do you want to give away? You want to give away so you can start building a list on a landing page and all kinds of wonderful things. So there's all kinds of digital media that you can use to build your business, and we talk a lot about that stuff in MonetizeMe. But what you want to do is be able to give people something. So the first product that I created to give away for free was talking about my story. So it's basically starting out naked in business. That's what it's called. And I had no connections, no marketing budget, no leads. I didn't have a list. I had nothing. So basically I was naked, starting with nothing. And it's probably one of the worst sounding interviews, but the information's there. It was a great giveaway. A friend of mine just interviewed me. We recorded it, put it together, stuck it up on a landing page, and boom, there I had my giveaway. And I also made it my first podcast. So if you go to empowermentradioshow.com, you'll see my very first podcast. So, you know, you had to get started, and I had nothing to get started with. I had to build it. What did I do to do that? So there is a system and a process to go through that didn't cost me any money, or cost me minimal money because maybe I paid $10 or a meal or whatnot at different live events that I went to. But it was diving in and going for it. Get out of your own way. Get out of your own way. We talked about this before. And just do it. If it's something you're passionate about and you want it, you are going to make it happen no matter what. You are not going to let anything get in the way of your success. And you don't need to have a lot of money to start. And sometimes you don't need to have any money to start. You just need to meet the right people, make the right connections. And then maybe there's things that you can do for them, or maybe there's people you can introduce them to. And somehow, through referrals or even affiliate income or whatnot, you start to generate a little bit of money. You start to get referrals yourself because people start to get to know you,
right,
and start to like you and fall in love with you. Of course, you
and
need
then
to be,
you make a TV show, and
you make a TV show.
Pretty much.
Yeah, okay.
But you need to be serving people. Like
Right.
if you're going in there
Yeah.
saying, you know, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? People are gonna go away.
Yeah, it's
right?
gotta be a hand in hand.
So you need to be giving before you're going to get. And when people see how much you're giving and offering to help or refer or connect or whatnot, then they are much more inclined to help you with what you need. More than likely, they will ask you what you need and want to connect you or help you themselves.
Okay, so here's a question for you, and then we can continue after the break, but we're going to start right away. When Randi was here the first time, I asked her, what was her failure? Mm-hmm. You know, what was any that you started off, you know, and that everybody thinks, oh, they probably just started right off the bat and it was all hunky-dory glory.
Yeah.
What was your first start and go, wow, that didn't go right?
So I'll shift into that mind frame because right now I don't feel like I have any failures because when I look at them all, they all led to
so
this moment.
Right.
So it's amazing.
So hold on, let me rephrase that because that's what someone told me as well. It's never. I tell people all the time.
Yeah.
It's never a failure.
Yeah.
It's a stepping stone.
Exactly.
When you fall,
Yes.
it's an easy way to learn how to fall and get back up.
Right.
So let me rephrase that. What event didn't go your way?
Okay. At the time when I thought it would have went my way.
Yeah.
Okay. So for me, when I first started out in entrepreneurship, I think when you're just getting started, it's easy for you to fall into nice, shiny, flashy things.
Right.
So, you know, jump into this idea and you're going to make money in like 3 weeks. Like those types of things, you know, they play with your emotions at the time and you really want to be successful like yesterday, right? So I think for me it was commitment when I first started out to one particular project. And so when I first started out, I got and not to bash any network marketing industry, but I lost focus because I started one way, but then I also was juggling multiple different opportunities. And so the learning from there was, I mean, you know, stay committed. Do I regret those? No. Do I see them as failures? No. But at those moments in times, if I had focused on how I started and really truly kept the vision that I had in mind and saw it through to the end, I probably would have been further in that particular path that I went at that time. And so the learning, you know, I apply that learning now, that commitment and really holding on to the vision that you have for yourself and your business is so important, right? Me and Randi were just talking about this. You got to have a long-term vision to keep you going on the path that you started out in business. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to get back. We're going to ask for your top three, you know, how you top three in marketing. And then right after that, we're going to get into this phenomenal show that you guys have put together happening July 13th.
Yeah.
All right. So you got to get your tickets.
Yeah.
And we have a link on my show so you can get your tickets. You can hit the link, get the ticket, and see some more videos. But we're going to dive into that right after this break. CMJ Live. We're having some fun. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back to CMJ Live. Okay, this is what it is. I twisted her arm, right? It was hard, but she said, okay, you know, because I'm on CMJ Live, you're going to give us the top 3, or just not top 3, because we want to say that for the event happening July 13th, all right? We're going to save that, but give us 3 helpful hints about what you're doing for business. So someone's watching, they're taking on a pad right now, they want to write it down. Give them 3 hints.
Top 3 tips for marketing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give us the top 4, 5, and 6. The top 3 is going to be at the show.
Okay. Oh my
goodness.
Give them the worst marketing. Yeah, just kidding. No.
We're going to give you 6, 5, 4 because 1, 2, and 3 you have to go to July 13th, the event, right? Okay, there you go. See?
Okay.
I got her thinking.
How about
I got her thinking now.
Okay, so I'll give you my top 3, but the how, the why is going to be at the event.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. So first tip number 1 is you really got to know who you are talking to.
Okay.
Right. The reason being is you want to match that person and get into their psychology. You want to get into where they live. You want to know what they do first thing in the morning. What are they doing at lunchtime? When are they on Facebook? So you can be on Facebook at the same time. It just makes marketing so much more easier, and it's helpful because now you can provide them with so much ways of helping them with whatever their issue is. So let's use the financial consultant example again, right? So if you know exactly where they're going to be at 6 o'clock, let's say, you know, at 6 o'clock they have dead time because they're finished work, but they have a little bit more time before daycare or to pick up. That's me. Yeah. Right? You can slip your ad or slip something their way so that when it gets to their phone, it's like, oh,
there's time to look at it.
Exactly.
It's not like he's got one kid in one arm.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you want to know your audience as well as you want to match them in many ways. So the people that I like to work with are very enthusiastic. I make sure I show up that way. You'll never see me ever like, hi guys, it's Shireen Francis. Like never, right? And that's because I want to work with people that are enthusiastic. So be yourself.
Is it because you had your ackee and saltfish in the morning? I'm just asking.
Sure. Yes. So tip number 1, know who you're talking to. Tip number 2 is know yourself, right? So the thing is, if you don't know who you are and what you have to bring and offer to the plate, then no one else is going to know who you are or what you have to offer. And you're projecting that everywhere, right? And so one thing that I tell people all the time, if you want people to be running after you, to work with you, asking you who you are, you have to fall in love with yourself, massively in love. You have to really believe in the product that you have.
Believe in you.
Exactly. Because if you say, hi, I sell this, and you know, it's kind of great, you know, and you're not excited about it, why would anybody else
not
get
having
excited?
That cup, right.
Yeah, right? So whenever I talk about anything that I'm doing, any event that I have, you can see like I'm jumping out of my seat, like, you guys got to come, this is exciting, you know, you're gonna love working with us. You have to get over this idea that, oh, people are gonna think you're talking about yourself too much, or you're bothering people, or people don't want to get your phone call all the time. No, you got to put yourself out there. You got to let people know what you have to offer. And yes, it might be annoying sometimes if you're every time they're scrolling in Facebook or you're in the inbox, but you know what? As soon as they need your service, the first person you know what? That person's a little annoying, but I'm going to call her, right? Because she's so excited about what she's doing, right? So that's my next tip. The last tip I would say is you want to leverage systems, right?
Okay.
I know we're in it's not even that new, guys. Like digital marketing, video marketing, technology, all of that, it's here. Everyone's using it, and it's not even just like your competitors are most likely doing it, right? And so You want to leverage those systems. So what I mean by that is things like email marketing, yes, social media, yes, really, there are things that are called like landing pages. I don't know if a lot of people will know what that is, but that's when people go to your website, instead of them just hearing and seeing the list of services you have, why don't you provide value, such as what Randi said? Provide value. Maybe it's a free training seminar video. Right. Maybe it's a free ebook that tells them how they can, turn their situation around. You want to provide value. You want to do content marketing. You want to tell people what to do, like give them teasers. It's like, when you're walking, when you're in the food court at the mall.
Samples.
And they're like, try this. And you had no intention of going to that restaurant.
But she looks good. She's waving it at you.
And it's like, man, let me just taste it. As soon as you take a taste.
It's a 50-50 right there. It's either you reel them in. Or it's like, oh, maybe next time.
Exactly.
But at least next time you go through the food court.
Exactly.
That person's in your head.
Especially if you're hungry. This applies so well to marketing, but especially if you're hungry, your taste buds, they just amplify how tasty it is. So it's like, you know what, let's just go here, right?
Okay.
So think about that, right? When it comes to website landing pages, if that person is hungry for a solution and you solve their problem through like a free webinar or something right away, something small but fast, they're going to be like, wow. And they're free. And free, right? They're going to want to hear you and keep following you, and they're going to want to opt into all the things that you have on the back end.
Okay, but then here's the thing.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the old story when they say, never give away all your secrets.
Yeah.
Never give away anything free. If you give it to them, they tell them everything. Why should I come to you?
Yeah, so that applied when Google wasn't so predominant, right? Now, everything's online. If I wanted to do anything, I don't have to pay anybody. I could just research it and do it myself.
But. Yep.
Right? So what happens is people go out and they do it themselves and then they utterly fail. It's like how to fix my plumbing, and then it gets worse, right? So the thing is, people go out with the intention with, I don't think this is too hard. And then they go out and they're searching for information. They'll probably come across your information because you provided content to help them with a solution. It'll help them, but it might not help them all the way. So what are they going to do? They're going to come back to you for more. And so that's what content marketing is.
And it might not be everything.
It might not be everything.
But they'll come back to you for something.
Exactly.
I already know A, B, and C.
Exactly.
But D, I'm really struggling with.
Exactly.
Can you help me with the D aspect?
And you need D to finish the entire process. So if you can give them maybe the first steps, it will get them excited to finish, because they'll already start seeing results or feel like they're having results, and people buy emotionally. So if you can give them the feeling that they're on the right path through this, what you've provided, they're gonna go with you because they now trust you. They like you. This is what we're teaching at the MonetizeMe event. How to use these systems, how to use email marketing, social media, how to we're actually in one of our masterminds, we're showing people how to step by step set these things up. So we're really not just about the concepts, but getting people hands-on. Like,
so that day you're going to show us, okay, get your notepads out here. Step 1, everybody do this. Step 2, everybody do this. So they're not just coming to a seminar, they're actually coming to a full
mastermind
class.
Meaning like they're working, they're asking what's incredible is at the end, after we have taught, we have this 3-hour breakout session where every entrepreneur is there and masterminding. And what I mean by masterminding is we're asking each other questions. What do you think about this? Everyone with the intention of being successful, elevating each other, lifting each other up. And the value of that, right? Connecting each other, everyone's like sharing connections. It's just amazing. So I teach Napoleon Hill. I'm actually on a Napoleon Hill Think and Grow Rich marathon. So it's a book about thinking and growing rich. And he talks about this, where masterminding is where 2 or more people come together, and there's as if there was an infinite intelligence that's with you there, because you're now you have a super mind together, where the creativity and the energy that's there, you're able to come up with so much more ideas and creativity. And so we're really excited about it. We're just super excited because we know what it's done for people so far.
Right.
And it's just going to be incredible. So,
Okay.
yeah, those are my top 3 tips.
So you're mentioning that people shouldn't give away their top tips.
Right.
Okay? And it's such a fallacy.
Okay.
Because people are afraid, oh my goodness, if I give away my best stuff, what do I have left?
Right.
Well, do you really only have one thing?
Right.
Really? Right?
Right.
If you give away your best stuff and people see you as the expert, because now you've set yourself up that way, now people look at you and say, holy mackerel.
Okay.
If she's sharing that,
She's got way more is in
does
there.
she have to share with me?
Yes.
Right.
And then they want to buy your course. They want to buy into you.
Yes.
And don't be fearful that people are stealing it from you, because yes, they're going
They
to.
are stealing.
They're going to steal it from you. They're going to take it from you.
Yeah.
But nobody's going to do it like you do.
Okay.
That's right. That's where the
Nobody's going to
branding
do it
comes in.
your
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
It's your
And
style, your
yeah,
way, your
People
Exactly.
resonate with different personalities. They resonate with different people.
Right.
They get a feel whether they're authentic or not authentic.
Right.
You know, people can figure out for themselves who they want to work with. But when you give away your goods, so to speak, then people buy into you.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
They see you as the expert. They see you as being knowledgeable. They see you as a person to go to.
Yeah.
And then they want more from you.
Yes.
So they're going to keep coming back. Don't be afraid to give away the goods.
Yes.
Don't
Okay.
be afraid.
Yeah, because I know that's one thing that everybody's always saying, oh, you know, your mastermind, like you were saying.
Yeah.
I remember back in the days, I was telling people, like, okay, yeah, don't tell them everything. Okay, stop,
Yeah,
don't tell them
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Because if they're writing it down, I'm thinking, yeah, they can write it down,
Yeah.
but as an MC, they don't flow like me. They don't have the
Exactly.
style that I style.
Exactly.
So I don't mind telling people, well, this is how I do my weddings or my
Right.
conferences, whatever.
Right.
But it's not me.
Exactly.
So if they want to go try my style,
Yeah. Exactly.
Go ahead.
They're not going to be able to pull it off the way you're pulling it
Right.
off. And that's where understanding your own brand persona is important.
right. Okay, so July 13th, what's the location? What's the phone number if you get any more information?
No phone number.
Okay.
So it's going to be at the Spring Hill
Suites
in
Marriott
Vaughan.
in Vaughan.
And that's right in the Weston Road, Highway 7 area.
Okay.
It's a full day and evening event. So come prepared. We feed you lunch.
Right.
Okay, so we feed you. Charles is going to give you the link.
Yep, the link will be right on the show. So after this, you can just go hit the link and then you can see more. You can see this lovely lady talking about it, how excited she is on the video. I showed the video to Chelsea and Chelsea's like, whoa, okay. So watch the video. But we're going to take a break and come right back. Okay, stay tuned. You're watching CMJ Live with Charles Matthews.
Are you retiring smart? Make your home's equity work for you. With your home's equity and our 30 years of experience, the Retire Smart Properties team can help you achieve the quality of life you've always wanted. Our services are 360 degrees. We'll give you advice, take care of staging and selling, and help you find the perfect home and community to transition to. It's time to enjoy the retirement lifestyle you deserve. Visit our website today to learn how you can use your home to retire comfortably. The Retire Smart Properties team, powered by RE/MAX West.
All right, we're back. And just before we left, we were talking about giving away the goods. Okay, so we're going to leave it.
Giving away the People are like, oh.
Whoa, really? See? And then, I just say, like you said, you know, you say something, it grabs their attention.
Yeah.
They're like, well, okay, let me watch this a little bit more.
Yeah.
All right, giving away the goods. Yes, we're talking
What
about giving
does
away
that
the goods
mean?
in business.
Yes,
All right?
yes.
So we're going to talk about this phenomenal show, July 13th. All right, the link will be right here on the shows. You can click it and see it. But why should somebody come? We're pumping up the show like crazy because we know what you can get. But try to put it in their heads. You know what I mean? Yes. Put it in their heads. When we walk in, how's it work? How's it feel? Like the breakout session, you got so excited about the breakout session, and it's like, okay, you've seen it.
Yeah.
What do I get? What do I do when I walk in?
Yeah. Awesome.
So when you get there, it's amazing. Of course, we're having music playing. So the energy is great. Everybody grabs their seat. We get started at 10 in the morning, so you don't have to rush out for an early morning. You can like hang around at home a little bit.
Okay.
Right? And then you come in, sit down. We have some pens and pads for you, but if you want a bigger pad, please bring it with you.
A lot of writing, a lot of information.
There's going to be a lot of note taking.
Right.
And then we're going to have introductions by Gordon So, and he will talk to you about what to expect throughout the day. I will do the first segment in helping people with their story. Okay, so we get into talking about what is your story, how are you going to use your story, what different things you can do with that, and kind of pulling some information from you. So you do a little bit of writing in that session, and then we're going to break for lunch.
Okay.
And it's a yummy, yummy, yummy lunch.
Yes, yummy lunch.
So we feed you.
Okay.
And then we'll have Suzanne Hart on after lunch, and she's a phenomenal lady. She spent a lot of money in her own education and her own growth, and she loves to share it. So she's going to talk to you about stage presence, about commanding the audience, and I don't mean commanding the audience in a bad way.
Yeah.
I mean having the audience naturally want to listen to you.
Right.
How do you be present on stage and just have them love you and be engaged with you?
Right.
So she talks to you, and she's constantly, as she's doing it herself, she's talking to you about how you can be implementing these things. So you're definitely going to want to have a pen and paper handy and be taking tons of notes. So she goes through that. And it's also about clear communication. And how do you take that story and that message that you want and implement it into your business so that you can be able to convey the right message to people that you want, so that they become your clients, so that they refer you, so they want to do business with you. And then Shireen comes on, and Shireen talks to us about the branding and the marketing piece, and making sure that you have the video element in play as well. And really helping people with things that they should be implementing in their business, and what those things are, and how we can be using our story, our clear messaging with digital marketing and branding in order to really explode and expand our businesses. So it doesn't matter whether you are in a place of still trying to figure out what that business is, or just starting up with a business, or you're well established. It doesn't matter what level you're at. There are going to be things there for you to help you grow and get to the next level. And that's what the four of us want to be able to help you with and provide. We do take a dinner break. We're talking about the day, and then we come back from the dinner break. And we get into this amazing Q&A. And I have to tell you, I've never felt that way after an event.
You feel really high, like
super
cloud
high.
9 after, because it's just the energy of people. Everyone's coming from a place of abundance, and that we all have our place in business. So sharing ideas it's not about hiding them or anything like that. You know, if something worked for you, share it with somebody else. Because again, if you are coming from the philosophy that we teach, which is if you have a brand, you truly don't have competition. There is no one that can compete with Charles, because there's only one Charles or one Randi or one Cherene. And so when people truly understand that, and then they express themselves authentically, whether it be through their story in the book, on stage, or in any form of media, then truly they're just doing it from a place understanding that there's only me, and it's just incredible. I just, and this is for, it's for people that are like consultants, coaches, people that have maybe they have a sales business somewhere where they're direct selling a particular product. It works for people that are selling products,
especially for people that come from an industry where there's thousands of
there's
like real estate agents.
Exactly.
Like, how do you set yourself apart from the rest of them?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
You need to be at this
exactly
event.
those are the types of people,
because before you were working as a unit team.
Yes.
Right.
So now you have to teach yourself, okay, it's me.
Yes.
I have to push myself out there, because before I had all of us pushing. Now if I'm going on my own, how do I distinguish myself from what I was normally doing,
right,
compared to what I should need to do now?
Exactly. Okay. And that's the mindset that needs to shift for people that are going into business. So new entrepreneurs as well, they tend to be used to selling the company's products, or the company, what the company's about,
and it's bred it into them.
Exactly. When they step out into the space of entrepreneurship, they wonder why they procrastinate or hesitate, because they're selling. Exactly. Right?
And it's hard.
Yeah, right? It's hard. It could be hard doing that in such a way where you don't feel like you're narcissistic, or that you're just, but it's really getting out of that frame.
Well, you said it.
Overcoming the fear of rejection.
You said it there before.
Massively in love with yourself.
Is there too much?
So the thing is, there are going to be people that make you feel like you're too much, but this is why you don't surround yourself with those people. Those people, when you're an entrepreneur, it's now about surrounding yourself with a mastermind of people that are going to elevate you, support you. And so this is exactly what we want to create. Yes, it's about understanding how to articulate your story. Yes, get on stage. Yes, use these digital marketing tools. But we truly want to, pioneer a group where people can come and be elevated while they elevate others. And so it's, if you're coming for the tools, yes, you're gonna get the tools, you're gonna get fed, you're gonna be in a nice hotel, and you're gonna meet incredible people, but you will be elevated as an individual as a result.
And that's what we talked about. Isn't that the key point first?
Yes.
If you can't understand who you are and get out the way,
right,
because we talked about it, there's a lot of barriers, right, and then is that hesitation, so is it that hesitation because of people talking to you, or is that hesitation because you're talking to yourself, or do you have people like, oh, maybe you shouldn't do that, because it's kind of hard out there, and there's so many of them out there, and you're like, oh yeah, maybe she's right, but then you see a book that you read, or you see your book that says try something, you never know, you're kind of conflicted. How do you still have those friends and stay into business, or do you say get rid of those friends
so
and stay into business?
I'll be totally honest, get new friends.
Okay. Well, listen, I'm just asking because I tell everybody in my life, I say to people, if you're the smartest one in your group, you need to find another group. And not to say that that's nothing wrong, but if each person in your group is not trying to uplift themselves with you, because each one teaches one. Right. So if you're running off learning something else, and then I'm learning something else, and then we come back to the group and say, did you know that you can find this on Google? I'm like, well, I found this, and okay, and we all implement it to ourselves, then that's the process. But I didn't want to say it, because people say it, then you say it, and then how do you tell the person? How do you say jump on or jump off?
You know what? And I get people want to help each other, right? And you don't want to. I'm saying yes, cut the cord. The reason why is you want to, when you're, again, emergency situation, when you're on an airplane, what do they say? Put the oxygen mask on yourself first before you try to help everybody else. Right. This is another challenge that entrepreneurs have, which is the people around them who might still be employed in some way. Right. They don't care for you, right? So they're like, if you go out there, it's tough. Or I've heard, Uncle Sue tried that last time, and he lost a lot of money doing that, right? And so they're just trying to protect you, right? But again, if you allow those seeds to implant and you accept that and embody that, then you're not going to make it as an entrepreneur. So for a time to build yourself up, you're going to need to separate yourself for a bit. And then when you get to, oh my gosh, this is what am I doing? They're gonna be like, oh, I knew it, you could do it, right? I knew you could do it.
You all the time.
Yeah, right.
But the funny thing is, and I tell that to people, and I like that. I like you said it because it's so true.
Yeah.
It's so true. But in the same point, you made a point, and I don't know if anybody else caught it out there, that you had somebody that actually tried it.
Yeah.
So your uncle that tried it and failed.
Yeah.
What you should have done is what? Go talk to him.
Yes.
And say, Uncle, I want to try this, but I heard you tried it years ago.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
Yes.
What didn't work?
Why?
Yes.
What didn't work?
Yes.
And he will tell you, oh, I ordered too much product, or I pushed it out so far. And you're like, take some notes.
Right.
Just because someone else's failure, again, doesn't mean that failure can't help you and maybe grow together.
Exactly.
And he can help you. You can say, look, this is my provider.
Yes.
This is the supplier I use.
Yes.
This is the person I use, and this is great, blah, blah, blah. And then it's a stepping stone.
Exactly.
And you may decide not to use any of those.
All right, which ones are you using?
Yes.
Okay, no,
Yeah,
and what happened? No, and no.
Exactly.
Okay. But listen, we're going to say it one more time. So on July 13th, music, food, great speakers, breakout session, dinner break, Q&A, breakout, bring your notepad, bring enough pens.
Yes.
Because you're going to run out of ink. Okay? Sure. So bring two, write two of them at the same time. Double write if you have to.
Exactly.
Right? But it's going to be a phenomenal time. And the link is on my show. Make sure you go there. Hit the link after you watch it and get all the information. But we are running out of time real quick. So before we go, you're on CMJ Live. I say this all the time. You have your 30 seconds to do what we call the shout out.
Okay.
So that means shout out whoever you want to shout out. Thank anybody. It's, you're like on the BET Awards, the Grammy thing, you get your awards before we start playing the music, okay?
Shout out to my husband, Rolando Francis, who's an incredible husband, and he's an entrepreneur himself.
There you go.
And we both juggle the home together, make sure we're on track of things, taking care of whatever needs to get done.
Okay.
He also coaches me when I need to be uplifted, and, great support there. Thank you to, I have to say thank you to Randi, to Gordon Soul. Their community has uplifted me. Thank you to all my friends at Happy Healthy Women. If you're watching, you ladies are incredible. You inspire me every day. Other than that, thank you, God, for the air in my lungs. And
there you go.
That's awesome.
Randi, I know we did it last time, but anybody else you forgot or you wanted to shout out or let anybody know?
Well, specific to the event, thank you, Shireen and Suzanne Hart and Gordon So for being the awesome partners that you are, and for all the participants who come to our events and really engage and participate. It wouldn't be if it weren't for you, so thank you.
All right, and listen, before I go, I used to do this when we're on the radio, and then, just talking about it, I used to give a thought of the day or a quick quote of the day, and listening to you guys and what you're saying, I'm going to say it anyways. My thought of the day is love yourself, because if you don't love yourself and push it out there, no one else would.
Yes.
Yourself is into your product. I don't care if it's a glass of water you're selling or a coffee cup. If you love yourself, that coffee cup and that water will look 10 times better.
Yes.
So first thing you do before you get out there, look in the mirror, and what do?
And just love on yourself.
There
just
you
be
go.
Like, I'm good. I'm awesome. I do that literally. That's a tip. That's a marketing tip.
That's a marketing tip? Yeah. Okay, so as I say goodbye, I'm going to let you know I love CMJ Live, and I'll see you next time, okay? See you guys later.